Okay.
Then you got my auntie. She had 2 at the time.
Okay.
So now we had 8.
Okay.
Had another auntie who had 2 at the time.
Okay.
Right. So boom, what's that? 11.
Okay.
So then we got my other uncle.
All right.
And then so that's 12. Then we had my other auntie. Bro, I'm telling you, it was only 4 bedrooms in there. Every family kind of had their own bedroom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then the uncles who didn't have kids at the time had the living room. You know what I mean? Or
Okay.
for sleeping arrangements.
All right.
But yeah, bro, it was as a kid, it was awesome. You know what I mean? Everybody in one house, all the cousins in one house. We was chilling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like playtime was active all the time.
Right. And so that naturally worked into you being an athlete because I assume with all them kids, y'all playing basketball,
100%.
football in the yard is very competitive.
100%. That's real. Exactly. So, and then our family is athletic anyway, right? So
Okay.
my uncle had played in the NFL for a couple years before blowing out his knee.
Okay, what's his name? We ain't just gonna skim past
Yeah, so
him
rest
now.
in peace. Rest in peace, my uncle Juju, Thurman Beard.
Okay.
Juju, he a classic man out in Oxnard, California. You know what I'm saying? So he did his thing, man. He was actually our father figure, not just for us, but for the city. Period. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he is. He's I mean, you talking about just a man's man. You know what I mean? He's that guy. So, you know, from Little League, coaching us up, never put pressure on us to play sports. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know how it is sometimes. Some parents get to a pinnacle or whatever of what they couldn't do or whatnot, and want their
Right.
kids to kind of catch up where they left off. It was none of that.
Right.
So
Okay.
we just naturally fell in love with sports, and then obviously to have him as a backbone was pivotal to all of us, right? 'Cause
Right.
you think about it. You got me.
Right.
You got, Kerry, my brother Jay Sean. You got Lorenzo Booker, Terrell, Birdie. Like, out of all the kids, let's just say it was 10 boys. Every single one of us got a football scholarship.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard. So
Yeah.
so they never had to pay for school.
Nobody paid for school, bro.
Yeah, I knew what
Everybody
Pell
on
Grants
scholarship.
was. Huh?
Yeah, we paid the loans and all that student loans.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you, bro.
about that.
I
Yeah,
couldn't. No.
yeah, for sure, man. That's cool, man. So let's talk a little bit about being a star athlete and the pressure and just the distractions that come with that. You know what I'm saying? You got women, you got people reaching at you because they think you're going to the NFL and they're trying to get, you know what I'm saying?
They knew I wasn't going to the NFL. I was 5'5" for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow since the 8th grade, dog. Like, I have not grown since the 8th grade. Now, the 8th grade, people was like, yeah, this dude finna be 6 feet. He go to the league. He be popping. But nah, bro, I always had I guess my personality was bigger than my size. You know what I'm saying? So, but you think about, like I said, we had 2 of us go to the NFL. So Kerry played in the league for 8 years. Lorenzo played in the league for 6 years in the NFL. Kerry coaching now for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
And Lorenzo is doing his thing in the dispensary world. But everybody else though went to college, got their papers. You know what I mean? Like, doing their thing. So, but we didn't have that pressure. It wasn't pressure. It wasn't that.
And what I really meant was kind of piggybacking off of the conversation that we had earlier off camera. You know what I'm saying? We was having earlier off camera about, sometimes these athletes get put in sticky situations to where, they might get accused of rape or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. So how do you feel about both sides of the coin? Of a woman accusing a man of rape when it's false, of a man actually raping a woman.
Damn.
And they not taking it serious.
Man,
like, so how you feel about that?
We went 0 to 100.
Yeah, man, that's how we
Real
going.
quick.
We going quick on here,
So
man.
okay, I live in a house now. I'm a married man now.
Okay.
And I got a son.
All right.
Right. My wife is an activist. You know what I'm saying? My wife go hard. Okay, when it comes to women's rights. Rights, any wrongdoing to people, you know what I'm saying, any of that type of stuff, like, that's out of bounds, period, right? So, I'm ignorant to a lot of things, and I am totally like, I never had a stance when it came to certain things, right? Because I wasn't involved in it. I've never raped nobody, right? Like, I've never been raped, and so I could be very, very, green when it comes to the subject. Mm-hmm. But I do have as a human being, I have a stance on what I think is right and what I think is wrong, right?
Okay.
It may not accord to the law, and it may not even agree to what my wife may believe or something like that. So this is what I'll say. In relation to your question about a female, I can't answer that, dog, because I don't know what it's like to be raped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for, we had this conversation earlier. Men, women, children, like rape has a big, like I don't know the right word to say, but it has like a big base, like a big open field of people, right? So it could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be a child, it could be. So to me, dog, like, I don't know how to feel because I've never experienced it myself. All I could tell you is this. I think that the numbers of accusers is shady, right? So if you rape somebody, my wife put me on this documentary yesterday we watched on, I don't know if it was Prime or Netflix, but if you rape somebody, right, it seems like there's no penalty. Like you don't get no get back.
Okay.
Right? If you're raped, what's the get back? Like these dudes is getting just let off track, dog. Like
okay.
there's no slap on the wrist, not even a slap on the wrist. Like damn, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can kind of go into it racially as well, right? So you see white on white crime when it comes to that. It's like they siding with the man. It feel like if you put that same man to be black, he getting destroyed. He get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. He getting destroyed. If you do black on black, the black man definitely gonna get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think that's a long-winded answer, dog.
Yeah. It's a touchy subject. It's the thing. I just wanted to get your opinion because we were kind of talking about it off camera earlier.
But I think I had a discussion with my wife and one of our friends in relation to that, and I think that I think some of the stuff that was said was important. I would like for them to jump in if possible on this subject though, because real talk, I think that y'all got a lot of input.
Wow. Okay.
Into this.
Hold on, we're gonna start the camera.
We have to be on camera.
Hell yeah! What you mean?
You want to be? You ain't got to. You can say it out to the side.
You can hear our voice.
Yeah, you just talking to me. Yeah.
So my thing was this. We still rolling?
Yeah, we still rolling.
Okay. So look, this is my thing right here. I was saying,
this is on.
Out of 3. I don't know how many people how many people is in the United States of America.
No, I gotta
Google it real quick. I was playing the numbers game, and I don't think women feel the numbers game because they like, dog, nigga, you tripping? Like it ain't about the numbers, it's about the act. You know what I'm saying? So, but for the sake of numbers, I just wanted to see like a percentage. So, how many people live in the United States of America? Because they say 500,000. North of 500,000 people get raped every year. It's
331 million.
300.
That was in 2021.
Right, 331 million. And so if 500,000 people get raped every year,
reported, not get raped.
Right, and they put me on game on that because that's reported, and I'm thinking everybody reports it, but that's not true. Probably not even half of people report it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the lack of, discipline to the accuser. So, what y'all think, babe? What you thinking?
I mean, I just have to say one thing you said was false because from my own experience. Okay. You said black woman, black man. The black man is definitely
shark meat.
Getting ran over or whatever you said.
Shark meat.
False.
Y'all don't think that's shark meat?
I was black woman, 2 black men, and they just take a report. All they do is take a report. So that's what happened. They took the report, and we went on our merry little way. And there was follow-up, and there was all the extra, but nothing happened. So that was just to answer this question, why don't women report? That was the whole reason why we started our discussion yesterday.
Right.
And I had to explain to you.
Right.
Is because it becomes pointless when nothing happens. So then it's just like, why are we reporting? Just to put our name on a document and put a number so y'all can keep tally of it? If you're not going to do anything about it, what's the point of reporting? So then you have all these women that want to come forward now for civil cases.
Correct.
For money, monetary value.
Right.
Everything we do, everything we've been taught our entire life is monetarily based, period. We live in a culture, we live in a society where money is power and money means something, period.
For sure,
point
100%,
blank.
100%.
If you get pulled over
100%.
and you get a ticket, if you steal, I mean, pretty much any law
Crime you
that
commit.
you break,
Right.
it has a monetary value to it. If you steal something, they want you to pay back 10 times the value.
Right.
Why?
That's true.
Where is the extra money going to?
That's true.
To line someone else's pocket.
But where is that money going to? Where does that money go to?
Women get a chance to get some kind of payment for what has been done to them, sexually assaulted, raped, being held captive, I don't care what it is. If you have violated my physical being, my body in any kind of way, and I have an opportunity to get paid off of it,
get your money.
I say, power to you, girl. Get your money. To anyone. I asked you. I've had one situation that I did report, but then I had to tell you about another situation that I didn't report.
Which was work-based.
And that happened in the work.
Yeah, in the workplace. Bruh, I'm telling you, when I say I was ignorant to some of this stuff.
Women just don't report because it becomes pointless. Like, I just quit and I went on my way because I'm like, why? This is a powerful, to me,
right,
white man. I'm young, 21 years old.
Right.
He has money that he flaunts. So it just, to me, becomes sometimes just that thing that you're just like, you suck it up and you keep it moving because it's not even worth everything that you're gonna have to go through. And that's why I made you watch that documentary to see how they broke those women, those girls down. They were 21 years old. That would have been me.
For sure.
Getting broke down by a man that doesn't understand what I just went through.
Right.
I'm not talking, most of them don't get to even talk to a woman.
Right. True statement.
That should be
true statement.
Out. Why, if I go report a rape, I have to report
talk
it to
another
dude.
Man? Yeah, talk to a dude.
And I was just violated by one.
I feel that.
Make it make sense.
If you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual assault or rape, call the National Sexual Assault Hotline. That's 800-656-HOPE. Again, that's 800-656-HOPE. Or go to online.rain.org.
I don't think that going to work that I'm going to get potentially assaulted, right? Like, women go through it's a totally different beast when it comes to that, dog. Like, I couldn't even.
Right. I just wanted to touch on that because we were talking about that a little earlier.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
And, that's definitely some great information and a great insight, you know what I'm saying, from a woman who's walked in those shoes, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
She knows exactly what those other women are screaming about. Like, man, this is why we don't do it.
100%.
Shit fucked up out here. Bro.
And when I watched that documentary yesterday, I felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was, I wish I knew the name to kind of reference it too, but nah, it was the simple of it is these women is really going to the police. They're going to the police,
right?
Which is what I was asking my wife. I'm like, why don't women just go to the police when it happens? Because now you're seeing this civil portion where they coming to get money from Diddy and all these people, right? Everybody trying to get this payday, and I'm like, when wifey broke it down like that, well, bro, if you go speeding, go get caught speeding right now, it's gonna be a payday for somebody. You feel me? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty deep, and then the fact that these women are really like, bruh. And it ain't just women. We get that. You know what I'm saying? We know the spectrum of rape goes to any and everybody. We get it. But I'm just saying, based off of what I watched yesterday, these women were going to the police and kind of debunking what my initial statement was, which is like, why don't you just go to police and tell? They'll get in trouble.
Right.
Shit. These niggas ain't getting in trouble, dog. They still living. They talking about fishing and, you know what I mean? They talking about money moves with the police and this, that, and the other. I'm like, bro, this shit like playland to these dudes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, to close this little part up, man. Yeah. What final words would you have to say on this little part right here, man? Yeah.
Get your money. Okay. Get your money, because the law obviously ain't helping shit.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
And there you have it. Hey, do what you got.
And call your brothers if you got brothers and cousins. You know what I'm saying? That's willing to. That's willing to lay a nigga down. You know what I'm saying? Call your people.
Right.
What you talking about?
All right, let's switch to the comedy, man. When did you first?
This nigga's shit.
Let's switch to the
God damn. That was deep.
Yeah, man. They come stir up shit and leave too. Just get right on out of here. Don't even stay for the good stuff.
Hey, nah, that shit was tight though. I like this.
But
that's some different shit, man.
Yeah, man. But so, man, when did you what made you even want to get into comedy, man? Have you always just been a funny nigga? Or
comedy was fire, man. You know, comedy. Let me tell you something real quick though. So, comedy, I have never ever in my life thought of doing comedy, right? Okay. Let alone stand up, right? Sketch, anything. Like, coming up all through college, I literally was just the class clown, locker room, funny dude. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always had high energy. You know, to me, being funny was just natural. You know what I'm saying? You come from a big family, bro. Like, you know, you got some people that's really serious, some people that's about their paper, some people that's into this life. And I was just a funny dude. I never took nothing too serious. You know what I'm saying? And so that stuck with me throughout life. And then comedy, though, how I got introduced to stand up was I went to a stand up comedy show. It was Alex Thomas was hosting it. It was in Scottsdale, Arizona. Mm-hmm. Alex Thomas was hosting it, and I remember the shit like yesterday. It was the first comedy show I've ever been to in my life. And, you know, he had the energy cracking. It was rocking. Everybody laughing, having a good time. I'm like, damn, this shit fly. Never did I think that I would ever get on stage or nothing like that. I was just admiring Buddy for the act. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this shit fly. Like, he dope. You know what I mean? Like, he just making room full of strangers laugh. You feel me?
Right.
And so, I remember the homie that I went with was like, bro, you funny as him. Like, you funny, bro. I'll be cracking up at you like this. And I'm like, hey, man, what you talking about? You feel me?
Right.
So, you know, hindsight, you know, years later, probably about 10 years after that, I finally jumped on stage for the first time.
Okay.
But yeah, one of my boys was a comedy promoter, one of my homeboys.
Okay.
And so he used to always tell me, man, you should get on stage, and try to bribe me to get on stage and pump me up. And, man, you just got to write 5 minutes. And in my head, I'm like, 5 minutes is a long time, nigga, fucking 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's a lengthy little bit of time to just be on stage telling jokes and shit.
Facts.
And so, anyway, I wrote a small bit, and I went on stage to a little open mic and did the bit.
Okay.
I smashed, right? Everybody laughing, but it was a little weak ass little open mic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I did my thing, and it was a brother sitting in the back. Mm-hmm. And Buddy hit me up. He was like, hey, man, I got a show coming up with this dude named McGriff. McGriff is a Comic View comic, and you know what I'm saying? At the time, he was kind of just telling me, he was like, bro, I got a show. This dude named McGriff coming in town. You know what I mean? We need somebody open. Can you do 10, 15 minutes?
Sheesh.
I said, nigga, I just killed 5. Hell yeah, I could do 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So the show comes up, bruh. It's not at a comedy club. It's at a skating rink.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they had a little bullshit box as a stage. And, you know what I mean? All niggas in there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I get on stage, bro, and do my 15 minutes. I had a hot 5. I did my 5, did decent. You know what I mean? And I realized I had 10 more minutes to do. You know what I'm saying?
Shit was real.
Boy, shit was south.
Yeah.
And these niggas didn't boo me. They didn't do nothing, but they just sat there quietly. You know what I'm saying?
Look, yeah.
They just sat there quietly, and I was hella uncomfortable, and I didn't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that day, I just had this gut, like this feeling, bro, like I wanted to throw up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to leave immediately, and I had a couple of my partners from college come to the show, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit was ugly.
Nigga, shit was ugly.
Yeah.
So I went to their table as soon as I was done, nigga. It was like I had the motherfucking bird flu. Like, niggas was not fucking with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, nigga. So I ended up, you know, I got up out of there. I was like, comedy just ain't for me. Mm-hmm. But there's something in me was like, it was that competitive juice, you know what I mean? I was like, man, I cannot go out like that, bro. And I know I'm funny,
right?
But I just didn't know how to structure that shit. So after that day, bro, I went and took a comedy class, dog.
Oh yeah, okay.
I took a comedy class, bro. Comedy class don't help you, but I
didn't even know they had comedy.
Yeah,
class,
man, it helps you with like the structure of joke telling or writing and shit. And so you know, so it helped me like write a joke,
right?
Like a beginning. And then a twist right in the middle, and you twist that bitch, and then you punch up, and so it was that kind of thing, bro. But it was cool. It was dope because it was other people in the class who had been doing comedy for a while and whatever. Mm-hmm. And at the end of this little 5-week class, you did a showcase.
Okay.
Right. So you got some time to do your thing.
Right.
So so I killed the showcase.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool. Now I got a good 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So I just started working at 10, working at 10. I started doing, and then I started doing sketches. By this time, people was coming out with that the shit say videos on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
Shit white people say, shit black people say, shit this, blah, blah, blah. So as that shit got to kind of taper off a little bit, I remember my homeboy, Julian, who was he had just got out of the Art Institute of Santa Monica.
Okay.
Which is they do film and all this type of shit.
Right.
And so he wanted to start getting some shit on camera. So he like, hey bro, you doing a comedy thing, man, why don't you, jump on this shit say bandwagon or whatever. I'm like, okay, bet. So we didn't know what the hell we was gonna do, dog. He was like, man, I like when you play the gangster and shit. Like when you be playing around like a gangster, that should be funny as hell to me. You know what I'm saying? So, the comedic side jumped in. I was like, okay, bet. We gonna do a blood and a crib at the same time.
Okay.
So he like, what the hell? Hell nah, bro, you tripping. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, niggas. So we ran it, bro. We shot that shit, put it out that night. Shit went nuts.
Okay.
Shit went nuts,
right,
dog.
It did.
Motherfucker went viral.
Right.
I woke up, bro. I had every notification that you could have on your phone. You know what I'm saying? So I had Facebook, YouTube, Instagram wasn't out yet. This is pre-Instagram.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter was active because that's when Kevin Hart and Kendrick Lamar, all these niggas started retweeting my video. And it just went nuts, after that, bro. But that was the beginning of shit,
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the trials and tribulations, just being a grinding comic. You know what I'm saying? Like people think this shit sweet, man. Like
that shit ain't sweet.
Like talk about some of the bumps in the road.
That shit is not sweet, bro. It's the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life.
Okay.
And I say that respectfully, like. Bruh, I worked a 9 to 5 making a decent wage, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the day that my goofy ass was thinking I was gonna be able to do comedy for a living, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nigga, I had no real fan base like that. Like I wasn't doing no headlining or nothing. I'm just hosting, you know what I mean? Like I got 10 minutes still, you feel me?
Jump out here.
Boy, I said I'm gonna jump out here. So I jumped out there though. Wifey held me down.
Head first.
And that's why to this day, like me and wifey, we gonna be solid forever because she held me down, bro. Like I wanted to take a jump way too early in a career that I had just started doing. You know what I'm saying? And I had no idea the background of comedy. I had no idea of the true art of comedy. I had no idea that, the money ain't what you think that shit is. You feel what I'm saying? Like and that's for a show, like with paying customers. You feel me? Like you walking out that bitch with 150, 200, 500.
You know
what I'm saying?
I know
like
that, somebody made 25, 3,000
somebody at least at minimum. And then we talk about comedy clubs. These niggas charging drinks and two drink minimums and food and you know what I mean? Everybody fraternizing, kicking and spending hella bread.
Yeah.
And I'm walking out this bitch with $50 for hosting. Like, dog, it was some disrespectful money in live entertainment. It is disrespectful. And so going through that whole thing, right? Like my wife was holding it down, girlfriend at the time, bro. She was really holding that shit down for your boy. And I had a flight benefit, right? So I had a homegirl who worked for American Airlines. Okay. And so she ended up plugging me with her flight benefit. So I was able to fly across the country. So I would hit up comedians like, hey man, and they would fuck with me because I got a viral video, you know what I mean? They can put me on a flyer and shit. Right. You feel me? So that part helped, like the total of people coming to this bitch, but I was flying out there for free. They'll get me a hotel room and then give me $150, $200, you know what I'm saying, $300. And I'm taking my ass back to the crib thinking I won, you know what I mean? Right. But it felt like a win. That shit was a win, like to my mentals, you know what I mean?
And you was laying the foundation.
And I was laying the foundation.
All that shit matter because when niggas just go straight to the top, they don't have these type of stories to tell. Like these are the stories that build character. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, no doubt.
Definitely, man.
That shit definitely build character though too, because that shit is not for the weak, man.
Right. So tell me, who are some of your favorite? Give me your top 5 comics in the game. Yeah. Dead, alive, or
Okay, so when you ask that question, remember I'm not really
a comic.
Like I wasn't a comedy buff.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So the OGs, like I got onto them later once I realized, like, yo, I want to do this shit. You know. So the Richard Pryors and all them, of course you know them,
right?
But you don't know the art, like they art, like being like a peer. You feel what I'm saying? Like knowing what they had to do to get they set tight,
right?
So you look at people like Richard Pryor, you go back and look at his shit, you like, bro, that's GOAT type shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't teach none of that. Like that's GOAT shit. So Richard Pryor, it's different styles. Comedy got so many different styles. You got high energy, people jumping all across the stage.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You got loud, you got storytellers, you got, people that's just relaxed and just funny by the way they look.
Right.
Shit like, so I think Richard Pryor, just all around, right? Because, when you think comedy, it's deeper than stand-up. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think of the acting as well. So I go Richard, Eddie, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I go like to the art of it. Right after those two, and you start thinking like, okay, Kevin Hart. Like I'm really a fan of Kevin.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Kevin,
like I really fuck with Kevin Hart. Like, and he put me on his show. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Kevin, that dude. He had a show called Heart of the City on Comedy Central that we was on, filmed in Phoenix. It was off the chain. I got some love on that. But then I start thinking about people like Tony Roberts. Right? You ever heard of Tony Roberts?
Yeah. I know Tony Roberts.
Man,
he's been on Comic View.
Bruh,
stuff like that.
Exactly. You already know.
Yeah.
Him. Bro, if you see Tony perform, it sounds crazy to say, right? Like out loud. The three names I said prior, they goated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But on the stage, Tony goat, bro.
Yeah.
He goat.
Yeah. I like Tony Roberts.
He goated. You know what I'm saying? He goated just on pure energy. And just low, like he make comics laugh. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do.
Man, it's hard as hell to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so that's top 4. We got one more. Shit, you can put anybody there, bro. I like young comics too. I like the comics my age. You know what I'm saying? I like the Carlos Millers. I love the DCs, and you know what I'm saying? Now top 5 probably. You feel me? But when you just talk about the art of that shit, like of comedy. There's so many people, dog, like that's on the grind with you, right? That you see, you be like, man, these niggas is winning.
It's cold, yeah.
Funny, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. So, what's next for you, man?
I haven't been on stage for a minute, and COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got a family, and I always told myself I'm a man first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when COVID popped off, it was no money to be made, and so I had to make an executive family decision, you know what I'm saying? Where I had to really put the mic down, bro, and start working, right? Problem with that is the money became really good, right? Working a 9 to 5. And so now I'm coming out of that, you know what I mean? To get back into the comedy, to get back into that grind. And mentally, you gotta be at another place to do that. So I've already had the conversation with wifey, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, the talent there, you know what I'm saying? It's everything is set up for you. You feel me? You got all the shit that we needed to get, right? We got the house, right? We got the car, you know what I'm saying? Whoop. So now it's about doing what's right for me, right? In my heart. Comedy has been there since I fell in love with that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I always wanted to get back to it, but I had to handle my manly business first. You feel me?
Makes sense.
Now that I put our family in a position to be able to do that, it's not all on wifey like it was first time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I got shit set up to where I can go ahead and get back to the field and do my thing. You know what I mean? Because it's a grind, bro. And I already know what I gotta go into this time. You know what I mean? So I set up a couple different shows, stand up live. All the comedy clubs fuck with me from my past work, and so I know I'm gonna be able to get back out there and just hit the ground running. You know what I mean?
Hey,
so
man,
I'm excited though.
That's beautiful, dog. We can't wait to see you, back up on that stage where you belong.
Yes,
man.
sir. Nah, real
doing
talk.
Doing your damn thing, man.
Yep.
Anything to say to any aspiring comics coming up through the ranks, man, that maybe on the verge of quitting this shit? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like any advice for them?
Yeah, man. It's where your heart at. Where your heart at? You know what I'm saying? Because if your heart is not into stand-up comedy, maybe you do need to take a break, right? One thing I will say is if you're not giving 100 to it, it's not unfair to the art. It's unfair to yourself. Because if you're not giving 100, that's when you're gonna fall into the joke stealing, and doing anything to stay on your feet. Because it's a dog eat dog world in that comedy street, and it's a small community, right? And so you could be doing some shit similar to somebody that's like what somebody doing, but you biting, bro. You know what I'm saying? I fell victim to that shit. Like, I could say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was doing jokes where I would see somebody doing like, oh, nigga, that shit go good with my set, bro. I'm gonna try to spin it this way. But even when you spin it, it's they shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's they thoughts. So this time around, I'm gonna be fair to the art. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make comedy more personal from what it should be. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna make that shit personal to my life, to where niggas cannot take my life, right? You can take a joke, but you can take my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm gonna gear my comedy to this second time around. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I would tell them, make comedy personal, make it, and give it 100. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, this shit it's kind of like a slow fall. You cannot cheat.
You can't cheat.
You can't cheat comedy. You can't cheat live entertainment. Period.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
A rapper nigga. You know what I'm saying? Rapper nigga. If you ain't on your shit, bro, and that song come on, and you like, oh shit, I ain't fucking,
Yeah.
Nigga, and you forgetting your own words and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not vibing with your shit. You not hyped on your shit. Like, don't nobody supposed to love your shit more than you. You know what I'm saying? So if you not into that groove and ready to perform, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't know you out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, so it's your opportunity to show them your energy, show them you, show them your set, your skills, nigga. So that's what I'm on, bro. This second time around. So if you ain't gonna give it 100, go ahead and take your break, take your necessary break.
Yeah,
and reevaluate. You know what I mean?
Come back strong.
Yeah, and if you really gonna give it 100, it's gonna come with some bullshit. It's gonna come with some late nights. It's gonna come with some fucked up sleep patterns. It's gonna come with some fucked up eating habits. It's gonna come with some, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna come with some hard nights on stage. Maybe it come with some booze. Maybe it come with some silence. You're gonna go through something, bro. Working through, and so, I've been blessed enough to kind of go through that, and I know I'm not done going through that phase.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to giving people me this time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, we here for it, man. Tell the people where they can follow you at, man.
Yeah,
before we get out of here.
Absolutely, bro. So all my social media is JMacFunny. It's JAYMAC Funny. All right? So no hashtag, just JMacFunny. No underlines, none of that shit. JMacFunny. Tap in with your boy.
Yeah, it's been another episode of the BnB Podcast.
Yeah,
man, with the very, very funny J Mac in the building, man. Comedian.
It's going down.
Extraordinaire.
It's coming, baby. It's coming. Hey, y'all just watch.
Real
Remember
West Coast
shit.
guy right here, dog.
Remember this shit, man.
Yeah, this
no
shit
doubt.
going down, man. I appreciate you, brother, for pulling up
baby.
on me. You know what I'm saying? We in the 65
We in the
Lincoln
65
Continental right now.
Yeah, we in that Continental.
So,
hopefully y'all got a good view of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're
gonna
put some other, some other attachments on here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's 65 Continental. You know what I'm saying? Is it mine? Is it not?
Who knows, man? For our sake, it is yours, though. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes,
bro.
sir.
Appreciate
all right,
you,
y'all.
bro.
Love, baby.